In this video, I am going to show you exactly how to get ahead of 99% other English learners as a beginner, and it's only going to take you a few minutes a day. So stick with me till the end of this video and I'll give you a step-by-step bulletproof plan to do exactly that. In order to get ahead as a beginner, it all starts with the realization. You have to realize that most English learners do nothing. They wake up, they pick an English textbook, they do the bare minimum and find 100 excuses of not doing what it takes to improve their English skills. They waste probably an entire month or a year not doing what they need to do to improve their English. Most learners are lazy, distracted, scattered, or even worse, putting efforts on the wrong areas entirely. And as long as you don't become part of the herd, that means doing the things stated above. It's never been easier than it is right now to get ahead of other English learners. This is level 1 of your transformation. The first thing you need to do is you need to have a clear plan, a clear learning plan or routine. Most English learners quit or just fail because they do not have a clear learning plan or routine. They just learn English randomly without goals or consistency. And this often leads to frustrations because there's just too much to learn and sometimes slow progress. And that's because sometimes they just study for 2 hours a day and they stop for 2 months and then start doing it again. Or they just study once a month and sometimes just once in 3 weeks. And what happens when they do that? They forget what they learned. And that means they have to start learning English afresh every single time, which is not helping. What's going to help is setting a simple English routine. For instance, setting a 1-week routine of 15 minutes a day learning English. You don't even have to use your whole day learning English. You just have to take 15 minutes a day weekly. You also have to divide your days into the English skills that you want to learn. For instance, let's say Monday you have vocabulary. So you use 15 minutes of Monday to learn English vocabulary. Let's say Tuesday you have speaking skills. Take 15 minutes a day to improve your speaking skills. Wednesday, listening skill. Listen for 15 minutes in English. Thursday, you practice your writing skills. You review a book you read or you review a movie you watched by writing it down. Friday, maybe you reinforce your speaking skills by practicing speaking for 15 minutes. For just 15 minutes a day, within a short period of time, you are going to see massive improvements. Rule number 2 is use English regularly. If you want to get ahead of 99% English learners, you have to use English on a regular basis. Listen, learning English without using it in real life leads to passive knowledge. And that's why in most cases, you find that a learner can listen and understand English perfectly well. But when it comes to speak it, they can't speak it fluently. That happens because they watch English video or listen to English podcasts and they never try to speak or write. So you find that their listening improves but their speaking stays weak. And that's probably what 99% English learners are doing. They consume as much English as possible but they don't really put it into use. In order to get ahead, here's what you're gonna do. The first thing you're gonna have to do is change your phone settings to English. And the reason why you're going to do this is because your phone is something that you use every single day. And as a matter of fact, don't just change your phone settings to English. Change any electronic devices that you use every single day to English. By doing this, it's just going to be automatic that you are going to use English on a daily basis. Because when your settings are in English, your notifications will be in English. Your time is going to be in English. So you're going to have to read your time in English. Your phone writings are going to be in English. So that means you're going to be consuming English and using it on a daily basis. Your TikTok notifications, your Instagram notifications, your Snapchats, they're all going to be in English. And the second thing you're going to do to ensure that you're using English on a daily basis is to speak English with others daily, even if it's online. Maybe when you're learning English from people around you don't really speak English and don't even understand it. That's what the internet is for. Go online and start conversations with people online. And it's never been easier to start conversations. Just go online and look for a post and just comment on it. Even if you're watching a video on YouTube, that go to the comment section and just look at someone's comment, and one comment that interests you, just comment back, and you'll find that they are going to comment that. Even before you know it, you find that you guys are in a conversation about the video that you are watching. And that's how you take part in English conversations online. Rule number 3 is don't be afraid of making mistakes. The average English learner is probably scared and avoiding to speak in English because they don't want to make mistakes or they don't want to make errors in English. And guess what? That's where they miss valuable practice. Sometimes they know how to say a sentence in English, but because they don't have the confidence, they just hesitate, stay silent, or end up going back to their native language. Instead of being scared and avoiding to make mistakes, you're going to focus on progress and not perfection. Making mistakes is a part of the English learning journey. How on earth are you supposed to learn if you don't make mistakes? You don't expect me to know how to ride a bicycle the first time I try riding it. Of course I'm going to fall down. Of course I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not going to hold the handle correctly and I'm going to be corrected. So that is why it is very important to make mistakes. When you make a mistake and you're corrected, the next time you're not going to make that mistake. You're going to know exactly what to do. You don't get perfect in playing piano the first time you start playing it. You're going to press the wrong key and you're going to learn from it. And that's what's going to make you perfect in playing piano. Even if you make several mistakes in English, be patient with yourself and ensure you're talking to people who are also patient with you. People who don't criticize you and laugh at you when you make mistakes in English, who pin you down and tell you you don't know English when you make English mistakes. Talk to people who encourage you and tell you it's okay and correct your English. The best people to talk to are maybe your tutors or other learners who are also trying to improve the English. And just the fact that you're watching this video means that you're ready and confident to start speaking in English. So just follow the steps and you will be fluent. The last rule is to learn English actively. Don't just do it passively. Watching English videos and movies and reading English books helps, but if you are not actively interacting, it won't stick. For instance, you're watching an English series, but you never pause to check new words or write them down. Use the active learning method. Pause to repeat lines. Write down new vocabulary. Ask yourself questions about what you're watching. Summarize what you watch, either through writing or by making a video. And when you summarize a movie or a series using a video, kindly send it to your best friend or maybe someone who's also learning English or who's also watching the same series you're watching, so they can listen to it and tell you if they can understand what you're saying. They don't have to criticize you. They just have to tell you if they understand what you're saying. So those are basically the steps you have to take in order to get ahead of 99% other English learners who are basically doing nothing. Let's catch up in this video right here.